Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and today we're going to be talking about something a little off topic but still related to Apex Legends, and that's the fact that Fortnite has reached its lower player count in all time. And with Apex Legends having a similar issue a couple months ago, it makes us wonder, is the decline of Battle Royales finally here? And we're going to go over the topic and what it means. We're also going to go ahead and give out one of the upcoming Watson Prestige skins. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe, you guys know the drill. But without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. Now, this video is going to be talking mostly about Apex Legends, but we're actually going to be starting a little bit about Fortnite because I find it incredibly relevant. In a world of online shooters, the Battle Royale genre used to be king. It was a cultural force, as you all saw, a meteor that wiped out traditional multiplayer dinosaurs and left behind one simple rule: be the last one standing or die trying. And at the top of that pyramid was always Fortnite. It's always been that way. The bright, bouncy, absurdly omnipresent juggernaut. A game where Master Chief can shoot Spider-Man while being third-partied by Ariana Grande. It's kind of absurd, but it worked for the player base they were trying to capture. But now, not even the Empire can actually save it, because despite the backing of Disney's biggest sci-fi franchise, Fortnite just recorded its lowest average monthly player count since 2023. In May 2025, the game averaged over 1 million players, which is a significant dip from December 2024, with a peak of over 2.1 million. To quote Obi-Wan, if I can, "I felt a great disturbance in the force, as if millions of players suddenly cried out in boredom." Now, before we start blaming lightsabers for Fortnite's woes, let's be clear, the decline actually started before the Star Wars season ever dropped. The Star Wars crossover went live in early May, and it had updates. The Death Star was involved, but the player base was already in steady decline long before this, dropping from 2.1 million in December to 1.55 million by February to now just a little over 1 million in April. And that's not a crossover problem, it's a retention problem. And retention is the kryptonite of live service games, Apex Legends included, because once players start bouncing, whether due to burnout, fatigue, or just sheer overwhelming content bloat, it's hard to get them back, even with a lightsaber in one hand and a battle pass in the other. And this is going to bring us to Battle Royales now, because here's the uncomfortable truth some of you might not be ready to hear. The Battle Royale formula, as it currently was created in, is starting to get a little bit stale. You drop in, loot fast, pray your squad mates have working mics, get third-partied by a duo that's been hiding since spawn, repeat until tilted. And while Fortnite has masked this loop with color, creativity, increasingly crazy collaborations, the core loop hasn't actually changed that much, except for the stuff they stole from Apex, like the respawn beacon. I don't know if a lot of you know that, but yeah, they stole that from Apex. And this just isn't Fortnite's problem. It's an endemic to the whole genre. The initial novelty of a 100-player free-for-all has worn off. The survival high is now a routine grind, and it hasn't really seen a lot of innovation in a long time. Which brings us to Apex Legends. I told you we were going to talk about it. The one battle royale that isn't trying to be the loudest in the room anymore, but rather it's actually going to try to be the smartest. Because Apex Legends launched 2019 as the stealthiest major release that I can actually remember. There was no marketing blitz, there was no massive pre-hype campaign, just a surprise drop and then instant cultural detonation. It offered something different: tight gunplay, hero-based abilities, movement mechanics so slick they made other shooters feel like you were wading through molasses. Thank God that this is the same team that created Titanfall, otherwise Apex wouldn't be what we know it for. And for years, that core gameplay loop, Squadron 3 Last Team Standing, was enough, especially during the COVID era. But even Apex has felt the fatigue creeping in. From late 2023 to early 2024, the player account began to slip. Peaks dropped, Steam charts sagged, Reddit flooded with "is Apex dead" posts, YouTubers like Thordan Smash always posting "is the game dying?" Yeah, that was a shot at me, I took it. And then quietly, almost cautiously, Respawn pivoted. They introduced something new, something unexpected: Mixtape mode. And this was a plan by Respawn and possibly even EA behind the scenes. It's a curated playlist of fast-paced Respawn-enabled game modes. You got Team Deathmatch, Control, Gun Run, Lockdown, Trade Shot, all that stuff. And it's a radical shift away from the traditional Battle Royale loop. They kept all the hero abilities and all the other stuff that you like with the Legends, but it was no longer a last man standing. There was no more 15 minutes of looting followed by 2 seconds of being instantly deleted by a Kraber headshot. Instead, you respawn, you retry, you re-engage. It's Apex basically, minus the emotional trauma. And guess what? It did actually work for the time. Player counts bounced back. April 2025 saw a 13.23% increase in average players compared to March. And there was another huge seasonal peak hit in February 2025 with over 226,000 players on Steam alone, the highest since November 2024. All while Fortnite at the same time was in mid freefall. And the message? Players still love Apex when it gives them variety and other options to play the game. And Mixtape isn't just a side mode, it's Respawn's hedging its bet against the slow death of the BR genre. Think about it, if you're a returning player, you don't want to spend 10 minutes relearning movement tech only to get stopped by 12-year-olds with better ping and the horrible hidden MMR system. You want low pressure reps, you want to shoot, respawn, and get the dopamine loop going, or maybe you just want to play with your friends and not be too stressed. And for Apex, it's a strategic shift. They're keeping the BR core intact for rank and comp players, but they're offering casuals a way to enjoy the game without needing to commit to 30-minute sweats. Although, again, we've talked about this in prior videos, please rework the rank system. It definitely needs an overhaul along with everything else. In other words, though, Mixtape is Apex's answer to Battle Royale burnout. Other games have actually tried this. Call of Duty toggled between Warzone and traditional multiplayer. It had mixed success. The finals actually promised a shakeup, but it hasn't stuck the landing, nor is it a BR really. X-Defiant, well, actually, I think yesterday it went offline. But Apex, it's basically threading the needle and doing its best to make both player bases happy. So where does that leave us? Fortnite is still massive, even at its lowest, pulling in numbers most games would kill for, but its reliance on spectacle is actually starting to show cracks. Apex, on the other hand, is rebuilding. Not with flashy collabs or galactic invasions, although I would love a Star Wars collab. I mean, come on, we don't get them enough. Last one was like the Final Fantasy, and we've got a Post Malone. Give us some more. Don't overdo it like Fortnite does. But it also gives us gameplay diversity. It's not trying to be everything to everyone. It's trying to give players more ways to enjoy what made Apex special in the first place. So the question now is, what other stuff will Apex Legends go ahead and release to keep that mixtape mode alive? Because that is most definitely where the future of the game lies. There's a lot of leaks about a big team battle, possibly even a 100-player battle royale mode that has been talked and found in the data mine files a long time ago. We're gonna have to wait and see what Respawn is gonna do to go ahead and make sure that Apex Legends stays consistent for a long time. All that being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump into community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own to me at Thordan Smash on Twitter. But without further ado, let's roll it.
Reloading. Shields are depleted. Recharge. Play recklessly. I don't like that. Recklessly. I don't like that. Tuck it down.
Let me know down below, do you think battle royales are on the decline, or do you think they'll see a resurgence and still remain popular? Also, don't forget to check out this video right here where I cover more Apex Legends news on the daily, and until next time everyone, keep slaying in the Outlands. I'll see you out there.